I'd like to commence this video with a request. For those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions, especially if my guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, I kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering my presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore my Patreon support tier or check out my various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. You can find the link in the bio and comment section below. Thank you for considering and supporting me. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Memphis Grizzlies. My team pick is Cleveland Cavaliers minus 16.5. The Cavaliers have been on a losing streak that has caused them to drop in the standings, but those losses have come against three of the better teams in the West: Suns, Lakers, Clippers. The Grizzlies have competed well without some of their top players, but they have been given a lot of their two-way and G League players more playing time over the last couple of games, and they are trying to avoid any further injury problems. The Cavaliers are in desperate need of a win, and they should have Donovan Mitchell back in the lineup for this game. The Grizzlies are playing hard, but without some of their better players, they won't be able to compete in this game. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley should also dominate inside against a much smaller Memphis team. Take the Cavaliers to cover the spread at home. My total pick is under 208.5. The lone meeting between these two teams saw a combined 209 points scored. The Cavaliers have quietly been one of the top defensive teams in the NBA this season, and they will have no problem shutting down a Grizzlies team that does not have a lot of scoring weapons right now. The Grizzlies have been one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA this season, as they have struggled all season to shoot the ball consistently. The Grizzlies have done a great job on the defensive end this season, and their length and versatility has caused problems for opponents. The Cavaliers prefer to play slow, as they are 25th in the NBA in pace, and the Grizzlies don't play much faster, as they are 17th in pace. Take the under. Atlanta Hawks versus Charlotte Hornets. My team pick is Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks have won 5 of their last 6 home games, which includes a 41-point win over the Hornets in March. They have played well offensively at home, scoring more than 122 points per game. They've also done a good job at the charity stripe, making over 81% of their free throws. They rebound the ball well and grab more than 12 offensive rebounds per game, which will lead to extra scoring chances. The Hornets aren't very good defensively, and they play worse on the road, where they are giving up more than 117 points per game, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Hawks in this game. The Hornets have lost 5 of their last 6 games and 4 straight road games. They aren't very good offensively, scoring less than 105 points per game on the road. They don't rebound the ball as well as the Hawks and won't get a lot of extra scoring chances against them. They've also been careless with the ball in recent games, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Hawks, who average more than 7 steals per game. The Hawks have also struggled defensively, but they played well in recent home games and will keep Charlotte's offense in check. Go with Atlanta to cover the spread. My total pick is over. The Hornets are averaging 106.4 points per game and 104.6 points per game on the road. They averaged 109.6 points per game in their last 3 games against the Hawks. They play at a slow pace, averaging 100.4 possessions per game, and they're facing a team that is giving up 121 points per game at home, so expect them to go over their average in this game. The Hawks are averaging 118.7 points per game and 122.4 points per game at home. They averaged 113.6 points per game in their last 3 games against the Hornets. They play at a faster pace, averaging 104.2 possessions per game, and they're facing a team that is giving up 117.4 points per game on the road, so expect them to score enough points to push the score over the total. The Hawks and Hornets played over the total in 3 of their last 5 meetings. Brooklyn Nets versus Toronto Raptors. My team pick is Brooklyn Nets ML. Brooklyn was crushed at home by the Sacramento Kings, a 107-77 finish. Cam Thomas scored 21 points and has been one of the lone bright spots lately. He has averaged 28.3 points, 3.9 boards, 3.7 assists, and 2.6 threes over the last 3 games, and should have another big game here. Toronto is in action Tuesday night and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back. They have few healthy bodies remaining. Greedy Dick scored 13 points last game before leaving because of a sore right groin. He is unlikely to suit up, and the Nets will bounce back from getting humiliated at home against the Kings. Take the Nets. My total pick is over. Emmanuel Quickley will not play against the Indiana Pacers on Tuesday night, which means he will be available for the second leg of Toronto's back-to-back. Javon Freeman Liberty started the most recent game that Quickley sat. Both clubs are near the bottom of the NBA in defensive rating, so expect a high point total in this one. Toronto is 12th in pace, and Quickley back in the lineup gives them a nice scoring punch. Neither team has anything to play for, and with just 4 games remaining, look for both teams to give some young players an extended run. Take the over here. Miami Heat versus Dallas Mavericks. My team pick is Miami Heat ML. The Heat are in a dogfight for the Eastern Conference's 6th seed, but they were delivered a big blow after a loss to Indiana. They trail the Pacers by 1.5 games without holding the tiebreaker. With just 3 games remaining, it is looking likely the Heat notch the 7th seed in the play-in tournament. Miami plays in Atlanta on Tuesday night and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back for this contest. They may opt to rest players in the first set before this game against Miami. Over their last 10 games against Dallas, they are shooting a modest 46%. I like them to persevere against a Mavericks team that looks like it has the 5th seed locked up. Take the Heat. My total pick is under. Dallas, like the Heat, plays Tuesday night and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back. Irving went back to his primary role as a scorer with Luka Doncic returning from a 1-game absence due to right knee soreness. Sunday marked the 3rd time this season that Irving scored 40-plus points. Over his last 10 games, he has averaged 27.6 points on 52.3% shooting, including 38.7% from 3 on 7.5 attempts per game, 4.5 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 1.3 steals over 37.6 minutes. Considering Miami's pace, 28th, Kyrie will not get the same opportunities he had last game against the Rockets, and although a 25-plus point performance is possible, Dallas will not duplicate the explosive 147 points they scored against Houston. Take the under. San Antonio Spurs versus Oklahoma City Thunder. My team pick is San Antonio Spurs plus 15.5. The Spurs have been playing well over the past few weeks, and they continue it on Wednesday. San Antonio will cover the spread against the Thunder. They may not win, but it will be an easy cover with a massive spread in this game. San Antonio is 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 road games. Despite their great overall record, the Thunder's against the spread record hasn't been great recently. They are 3-5 against the spread in their last 8 home games. The Spurs will keep this game close and will cover the spread. My total pick is under 228. The Thunder's defense has been getting better and better as the season has continued. Oklahoma City is the 3rd best field goal defensive team in the league. They should stop shots from the Spurs and control the tempo, which ranks them 10th. The Spurs are middling around the middle of the pack defensively. But, during this great stretch, their defense has been above average, which will help them force tough shots. Orlando Magic versus Milwaukee Bucks. My team pick is Magic +1. Milwaukee and Orlando are 2 very different teams, as the Bucks are one of the best offenses in the NBA while having one of the worst defenses, while the Magic have one of the best defenses but a lackluster offense. Orlando should be able to defend the Bucks here, as Milwaukee has been struggling as of late, and the Magic should be able to have success here in limiting their offense. Orlando is 50-28 against the spread, which is the best record in the NBA, and look for them to improve on that. My total pick is under. The under is also a good spot in this game, as both teams are on a back-to-back and should have some tired legs here. Orlando also has a great defense, which should be able to limit Milwaukee's offense, while the Magic will struggle to produce much offense. Orlando is 43-34-1 in hitting the under, while Milwaukee is 39-38-1, and finally, the Magic play at a pace of 98.7, which ranks 27th, while Milwaukee plays at a pace of 101.8, but on the back-to-back, it should be slower. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Denver Nuggets. My team pick is Denver minus 5.5. Denver has won 4 of the last 5 at home against Minnesota by an average of 12.4 points. Even if the Nuggets aren't at full health, their ability to share the ball and efficiency in the paint makes this offense very tough to stop. Minnesota has shot the ball well from long range, but Denver remains one of the best three-point defenses in the league. Along with that, Minnesota's ball security will leave their offense with multiple dead possessions, proving costly down the stretch. My total pick is over 213.5. Both of these teams sit in the bottom 10 in the pace of play. However, they've been playing much quicker of late as both squads are averaging an extra 4 possessions relative to their season averages. Both of these offenses have shot the outside ball well, and the Nuggets' ability to snag missed shots should create some second-chance scoring opportunities here. Minnesota is getting to the line at a near top 10 clip, and this should also provide for some meaningful points down the stretch. Expect a little defensive fatigue here as each team is playing the second leg of a back-to-back. Phoenix Suns versus LA Clippers. My team pick is Phoenix Suns ATS. Kawhi Leonard was set to miss his 5th straight contest on Tuesday night. He could easily sit out Wednesday's game, too, as Kawhi is extremely important to this LA team, and the Clippers want him healthy for the playoffs. Hereof, I'm backing the Suns to beat the number. They desperately need a win here, and I think they'll be able to keep it close down the stretch. Besides Jusuf Nurkic, who's having problems with his ankle, the Suns are healthy and ready to rumble. They're big 3 to show up and deliver in the ultimate week of the regular season, as the Suns are fighting for the number 6 seed in the West. My total pick is over